Hey, good morning. I'm back. Like I said, I was going to make this not my last time videotaping. And today, what I want to talk about is when you no longer let hurt you anymore. But first of all, before I start, I want to really heartfully thank everyone that showed their love and that gave comments. And I really appreciate that because really means a lot to me. And I don't want anyone to think that I ignore them, even though I commented back. So today, after I'm finished with my conversation with you, I'm asking for opinions. And I want to know, what do you think the type of speaker I should be? And there's four types. Either there's informational, there's inspirational, there's motivational, and there's transitional. So which speaker you think that I should be? Now, I may be a little bit of all, so you can comment to tell me whether or not all of them would apply. Transformational coach, where you have a little bit of inspirational, motivational, and instructional in there. So let me know, comment it, and tell me how I should go about this. Again, I'm going to be a speaker. Just to let you know where I am today, I am, employed, and I'm happy with it. Thank God for that. And I've been coaching and training on my job and several other jobs for a while, and things are good. God blessed me with my own home. My three children are now adults. They no longer live with me. I thank God for being a single parent and raising them in a Christian home and giving them some moral values so that they can stand on. So pretty much that's where I am. But there was a time in my life that I felt my lowest. I was unsure who I was, and the hurt was so bad I didn't know what to do. And this came about in the year of 1995, where I decided that I wanted to leave my husband after 10 years of marriage. I didn't feel as if I needed to be there any longer. And this was the worst time that I can imagine happening to me, because I always felt that marriage should be a everlasting ever after. Like my parents, who was married for so long, and I idolized their marriage. I always wanted to model my marriage like theirs. But the day that I decided that I wanted to leave, I had enough. I didn't feel wanted. I didn't feel the need. And I was so angry with myself that what I decided to do is I cleaned the entire house. And as I was washing clothes and folding them up and putting them away on hanger, inside of me was full of so much rage. And I was confused, because I was thinking, as I was doing this, how could this happen? I go to church. I serve God. I've been obedient. I paid my tithes. So how could I be ending a relationship that, I heard till death do you part? It wasn't death. So I packed up my kids' clothes and all our belongings, and they were young. I had twin boys that were 2 at that time, and my daughter at that time, she was 8. There's a 7-year difference between them, or 9. And the math, all I know, they just seemed to be so close. And they didn't know what was going on, so I wrote my husband a letter, and I said that I'm leaving. I'm not happy. And I tried several times to let him know, I'm not happy anymore in this marriage, and you're not meeting my needs, you're not listening to me. And it just became verbally toxic. we weren't communicating anymore. We weren't talking to one another. And I began to doubt who I am. Why is this happening to me? So I called my mom up the day that I had finished cleaning the house and cooking his last meal. And the reason why I did that, because I wanted him to miss this. I wanted him to miss the good thing. As the words say, he that finds a wife finds a good thing. And I knew I was a good thing. I wanted him to suffer in pain, knowing that when he walks through that door, his wife that he's been married to for 10 years is now gone, non-existent. So my mom said, you can come home. You can stay in your old room where you were before you left, you and the kids. And as I was packing up the clothes and putting them in the car, I was crushed. My entire body was trembling because my norm that I had was no longer a norm. And as I was driving to my parents, it felt as if I was traveling across the state. Mind you, my mom only lived 3 blocks away. My hands was on the wheels and it was shaking and I was trembling, and I can just feel the tears just falling down my face. I was just so devastated. And the fury in me had me so, what do I do next? What do I do now? And I didn't feel good as a whole. I doubted myself completely. And my mom, she met me at the door and she held me. She didn't ask me not one question. She never asked anything. Just being in her arms, I felt secure and I felt it's going to be all right. So that night, after we finished eating dinner and the kids and I went into my room, I laid down and I cried this hard cry like never before. A gut-wrenching cry came out of me. And I said to myself, finally this day is over. But it really wasn't over in my mind. It kept playing over and over and over in my mind, like somebody pressed replay of a movie that I've seen. It just didn't feel real anymore. So I prayed. I said, God, please take this pain away. Please make me whole again. Please show me how to love again. Lord, if you take everything that I'm feeling right now, the rage, I promise I will get up the next day and I will be a better me. Just show me what I need to do because I can't do this. Now we know the word says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And I said to myself, that is the last tear that I'm going to cry over this situation. I had some things to do with it. I can't blame, my husband for everything that went wrong. There were some things that I did wrong that was not right. But I own up to my responsibility and that demise of the relationship. But I was not going to let myself stay in that hurt. How many people feel so hurt that they feel there's nothing that can soothe them? There's nothing that can calm them. There's nothing that's going to make it better. But that's not true. Because you, I, and all of us can see in ourselves the beauty. And that's what I was taught. I taught myself to love myself again. I taught myself to be happy in who I am. I taught myself to be courageous and strong. I taught myself that by trusting and reading the word, that I will get stronger. And this is a day-by-day step. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not a cloud where the genie comes down and say, poof, what is your demand? I wish it all away. It does not happen like that. How it happens is when you realize, you take a good look at yourself in the mirror and you say, I am great. I am worthy. I am better than that has been dealt to me. You can do the same thing, whatever situation is. How many times you see people that seems like they got it together, but you don't know what they went through the night before. You don't know the pain or the hurt. But I know for myself that I had to get myself prepared for a better tomorrow. I knew that the day was over, and I knew that I had another day to improve on that. And this is what I'm trying to say. When hurt has hurt you, don't let hurt keep hurting you. Take it as a lesson. Do one day at a time, one step at a time. And I always think about this cartoon, Baby New Year. I think it's called Happy Baby New Year. And there's a part in it with Mr. Freeze, and you may remember this. He was so cold-hearted and everything. Where they melted away, Baby New Year made him melt away all the hurt and pain and evilness that he had in him, and made him realize that he is a good person. And he came out after he melted, and the song was, put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking across the floor. Put one foot in front of the other, and soon you'll be walking out the door. So that's just what happened. It's funny. It's a kid cartoon, but that message was powerful. That made me think about it just the other day. That you got to put one foot in front of the other. You can't stay in a situation that you're in. My situation may not be your situation. You could be hurt by a whole lot of things. You could be hurt because you didn't get that promotion you wanted. You could be hurt because a family member had told you off in a heated argument. You could be hurt because of the fact that you did not feel as the happiness that you wanted to feel. And that's fine. But don't stay there. Don't make your hurt pull up a U-Haul and you move in it and you stay there for a long period of time. Let that hurt just be lasting for a small moment. And remember that you can take one step at a time, one day at a time. There's a saying, how do you eat an elephant? Well, you eat that elephant one bit at a time, one tiny bit at a time. And eventually, if you give yourself assurance, affirmations, you'll be happy. Happy attracts happy people. You know, you don't have to always be around negative people. If there's negative people in your life and you don't want to be involved with them, you don't have to. You just stay happy within yourself. And happy is a work. Because as I said, I was sad, I was down, I was hurt, and I was full of rage. I really wanted something bad to happen to, someone that I felt did me wrong. But I didn't. I was happy about that. So the lesson is be happy. Share your happiness, because as long as you display happiness and you display the self-confidence in yourself and you display how strong you are, that's how others are going to be attracted to you. And let your mess be your message. I'm letting my message be my message. I'm being transparent. I've never told this story to anyone. This is my first time talking about it. And it evoked some feelings in me of sadness. But I realized because of where I am today, how I'm getting by makes me better. So today, again, I'm recognizing you. You are good. You're great. You're awesome. I know the greatness in you. Put on those clothes that make you feel good. Get your hair done, even if it's a haircut, even talking to men. Get your nails done. Go to the spa. Go to a place where you have peace and calmness. It may be a beach, maybe a park. It may be some place in your house, a room that you just have your own time. It's okay to have your own time. It's not selfish. It's something that we tend not to do because we feel as if somebody I'm neglecting. But when you build you and you make yourself better, then everybody around you will know you better. So again, this is going to be my signature on everything I do. And it is a song that I've heard, but I'm just going to use the first lines. And then that'll be it. I'm going to wish everybody to have a great Saturday, which I know that you probably will. But after this, be inspired. But my closing remark is keep on pushing, baby. Love you. Peace.